Do. What do we got? Oh, what do we have going on here? Oh no! Well, I bet you guys are wondering how I got myself in this position. Shoot, let's check this out, man. What's happening, everybody? It's another episode of Joseph's Electric. Now I'm here talking about today this nasty old fire hazard meter can. Look at this. So the job today was the customer got turned off by the utility company after having such an old and decrepit service. So I was called in to change out this entire meter can. Upon inspection, everything didn't look too great, and the wire was ran free air through the air like this. So what I decided to do was chase down the wire, check it out through the air, get back to hopefully the transformer, see if I can see it, and then decide where we're going to string a new wire to. Here goes the transformer. It's a long ways away. And if you're checking out the transformer, you can see a little closer. It's kind of old too. So they're probably going to want to change that out. Now you got the wire coming in. Feed the transformer from the street. That's going to be hot all the time. And eventually they're going to take that wire and they're going to swing it over to this new meter can that I went ahead and installed. If you look, the left is hot, so that's hot up there. So left and right, the top two lugs, and then the bottom is neutral. So those is where the feed comes in to feed the meter can for the whole entire house here. Now it's a 200 amp breaker, 200 amp rated everything. But in this situation, I put in a 100 amp breaker. This 100 amp breaker does turn off the house, so it's technically 100 amps in the house, but with the capability here to do 200. If you look, the wire coming in, the SCR wire, comes from the bottom, enters into where the meter enclosure is, but stops at the breaker, but has the power coming from the top. So it's fed to the top, left, middle are hot, right is neutral. And then you have from the bottom, you have the red and black is hot, the white is neutral, and the green is actually taped, so it was bare, but that's the ground. And here goes the ground going out to the actual ground, which I'll get to in a minute. You look at that, that's where the connection is made. Here goes all of the manufacturer's specs. So if you're ever installing a panel or doing something like this, take a second and read the manufacturer's specs to see what they say you can and cannot do. Here goes a shot of the transformer, and where I want to bring the wire is above head, over the lateral area, and go to this connector up top, so then they can attach to the wires that come out of the top of my pipe that I ran, and then all the way eventually get back to the meter, and eventually get back to the transformer up there. Here we go, coming through the air. So I want the utility company pretty much to take their wire, run it through the air, and then give me that connection. Here I have the ground. So what I had to do in this situation, because it was an entirely shale ground around me and I only had a couple of inches, was dig that out, pour concrete, and then I had to put a rebar inside 20 feet long, and then I attached two pieces of rebar in to get 20 feet, and that's how I was able to achieve this. So if you look, here goes the connections right to the bottom. One goes into the house, one goes all the way down and makes the connection to the actual ground here. There you have the finished product. Thank you, guys.